Alright, so for the Fusion Exceeds Festival, some people have been asking me if a certain particular deck is playable in this event. And the deck we're talking about is the return of the Dual Ox Turbo. So there are things with this event that makes this deck better, and there are a lot of things that makes this deck worse. So I'll try to cover both sides of it. What makes this deck a buff that this deck got this event is that number 77, the 7 Sins, is now legal. And this is the card that basically makes Mother Spider Splitter a 1-card OTK now. Before, if all you had was Mother Spider Splitter, you would only have Ravenous Tarantula and then another monster with 4k attack on the board, and you would be short of the OTK. You would need another monster to actually deal 8k. But with the existence of 7 Sins now, what you do is Ravenous Tarantula into Pain Gainer, and then overlay 7 Sins. You can overlay 7 Sins onto either Ravenous Tarantula or Pain Gainer, and then revive the Ravenous Tarantula. That way you would have a 4k Ravenous Tarantula on the field and 8k number 77 7 Sins. Since this is a 4k attack exceeds, and Ravenous Tarantula will give it an additional 4k because of the life points you paid off Baby Spider. So you just hit them with 8k. It's going to be on an empty board because Ravenous Tarantula or Pain Gainer is going to wipe their field if you got that far already, and that's just game right there. You don't need any other monsters. This is now officially a 1-card OTK, and that's the benefit of playing this deck now, because you have access to this, which this was, because this is a fiend, you know, the iconic rank 12 spider exceeds, that's literally a spider, is a fiend when these two are insects. You know, thank you, Konami. This wasn't legal in the insect event, but it's legal here now, so yeah, the OTK is even easier to accomplish now if you get it off. Now, the reasons why I don't think this deck is going to be quite as good is because the power level of this event is so high. And beyond that, there's cards legal here that were not legal in the King of the Island Monster Festival event. Number 1 is Ash Blossom. So, Ash Blossom can stop Mother Spider Splitter. That's just number 1 right there. Ash Blossom is in every deck. So you're just gonna have to contend with that 33% of the, or like a third of the time, your opponent's just gonna have the direct counter to your win con, which like it sucks. Like this is a zombie, so this wasn't legal in the other festival, but yeah, this is annoying as shit. Beyond that, Bystials are also legal this event. Bystials are also quite good this event if people are gonna be on branded, which is what I assume a lot of people are going to be on, so there's going to be some number of Bystials played. Bystials also just stop you right here. They can just hit the Baby Spider out of your graveyard, and that's the end of your turn. And you don't get, like, you're not gonna OTK after if you get hit by a Bystial, let's just say that. And what's even more annoying is it's not like you can call by, you can't even call by the Bystial like you can with Ash Blossom. You would have to, if you want to stop this, you would have to run Bell, which kind of defeats the purpose of this being a budget deck in the first place, or you would have to run Bystials as targets for crossout for your one-off crossout. Yeah, I don't think so. So, not to mention the decks are just way stronger in this event. You're not dealing with Ensemble Robin or a Symbol Nightingale Pass. That deck still exists in this, you know, Lyric still exists in this event, but beyond that, you're gonna have so many stronger decks that are putting up more comprehensive boards that may or may not die to a single Dark Hole. And to top it all off, there are still going second in this event, so occasionally you might just lose the die roll and then your opponent makes you go first, and then you also lose. So yeah, those are the pros and a lot of cons about running this deck event. The pros is that this is still a cheap as hell deck. Okay, it's really none of the core cards are even really super rare. Like all you need is 2 of each of the Xyz, the Tarantula, the Pain Gainer, the 7 Sins, and then you have the Insect Engine with the Mother Spider splitters and the Baby Spiders and Resident Insect. No, also downside is so Armor Horn, the Link 2. This card was vital for consistency in the deck before because you could easily just link off Resident Insect, search Spider, and then use normal summon, attributing Armor Horn, and then you would have combo. You can't do that now, so we need more ways. We need to use different ways to search Spider beyond just Small World and hard drawing it. So Insect Imitation is still here to tribute level 4, although if you notice, I'm not running the other extenders because extenders aren't really that useful if you can't link them off. So instead, I'm opting on maxing Goki Pull and maxing Twin Twisters, because you can discard Goki Pull off of Twin Twisters, that will trigger Goki Pull, and that lets you search Resonance Insect or Big Insect, and special summon it. So triggering Goki Pull is a way to get your Insect Imitation live, to attribute a level 4 to search by the Spider. It also lets you get a Resonance Insect on a field to Dark Hole yourself. Yes, Dark Holing your own Resonance Insect is full combo. You you just summon the Resonance or set the Resonance and you Dark Hole their field, and then Resonance will search Mother Spider Splitter and you won't control a monster anymore. So that clears your board to special Mother Spider Splitter. There are other budget options too. I think Enemy Controller with Resident Insect is also nice, although it also makes Foolish Burial and Gold Sarcophagus unfortunately maybe slightly more important for the deck, because you can use this can dump Goki Pull and this banishes Resonance to search Goki Pull, the dump Goki Pull, and both of these get you access to Resonance Insect, which then make your combos with Enemy Controller and Dark Hole live. I'm not quite sure it's going to be as consistent, just because of the lack of Armor Horn. We can't just run any old level 4 Insect Extenders. I mean, I'm sure you can still get all your gems with this, without any crafting points. It's still hella cheap. All of the non-Inno sub, besides Dark Hole. Dark Hole I feel is really important now, but other non-Inno sub is just based on what you own and what URs you own. You don't have to craft anything for it. And you only have to get to 5.5k points to get all the gems if you don't care about the title. So it's still a viable deck in that sense. It's just gonna feel a lot weaker this event, just warning. And I guess I could quickly show how the 7 Sins makes the OTK a bit easier. Okay, so this is a hand that we can do the OTK with. I'll demonstrate how the line changes a bit with the new Exceeds in the deck. So you're gonna Dark Hole your Resonance Insect. And that's gonna get you your Mother Spider Splitter, of which you're gonna summon and then get out your Baby Spiders. We have Called by the Grace, so if they have Ash, tell them to get fucked, bozo. Activate Baby Spider. And here we go into the Tarantula. And here, you can go into Pain Gainer or you can go into 7 Sins directly. I recommend just going to 7 Sins directly, because you don't need to blow up the field anymore with Pain Gainer. So here's the 7 Sins. Next you're going to use Baby Spiders in the Grave effect. Detach Ravenous Tarantula, and then summon back Ravenous Tarantula. This is why not having 7 Sins was such a big deal such a big deal in the Fusion Exceeds event, because you notice this is already OTK on a clear board, just 7 sins by itself. You don't need any other BS or any other monster in the field. So anytime there's all one Mother Spider card, Mother Spider Slitter, it is a 1-card OTK now. AK Direct, just like that. Easy. So again, don't expect this deck to be as effective this event as in the Monster Festival event, for the reasons I stated. But you can still brute force your way through with this event, with this deck totally. And if for some reason you haven't seen my other video where I cover how to play this in the Monster Festival event, and you still haven't gotten all the gems from that, I'll link my video here, so you can take a look at that and make sure you can get the gems with this deck on both events if you really want to.